right, everybody, we are back. Brand new Cabral Concept here. This is the Friday Review, one of my favorite shows of the week. Yes, it means that the week's coming to a close. Of course, we have our host calls answering your questions on Saturday and Sunday. But Friday's show is a show that allows me to do about 4 or 5 shows in one, because I love to be able to bring you my favorite product review of the week, a quick tip, or a book review. I have a quick tip for you. I need to make sure that you didn't miss this quick tip from last week. If you did, I'm going to share that with you just in case you missed it. You need to know about it. I also want to share with you a new lawsuit that's going on in the health-based industry on a popular product, doing hundreds of millions of dollars right now. So you probably heard about it, so we'll talk about that. And then, of course, I have 2 research studies, one of which I had no idea about. I'm up on the research. I love researching, there's no doubt about it. And I also do quite a bit of research on antibiotics as well, and the harm they have on the human body, specifically the immune system, the innate immune system, and your gut health. But I had no idea about 2 of these side effects caused by some very common antibiotics. So we'll go over those as well. I like to start the show here today with a little bit of a podcast recap and an update from our private practice. Many of you know about the Equal Life community. You know about IHP. Just wanted to share with you, if you have been thinking about becoming an integrative health practitioner, becoming the health coach in your home, maybe even developing your own practice, serving others, helping other people with their health, we would love to have you inside the IHP community. You can check that out by going on over to integrativehealthpractitioner.org, or the shorter link is just ihp.coach. Become a certified health coach, learn how to heal yourself, heal others, become the health coach in your home. Head on over, check what that is all about. 100 new people are let in per month. We would love to have you inside of the IHP community. The other is that I will be beginning my functional medicine detox for the summer. I do one in the winter, one in the spring, one, of course, in the summer, getting ready for 4th of July, and then one in the fall. So my wife and I, we're actually beginning ours along with the community next Monday. You can start yours before or after the 4th, or whenever you want. That's up to you during the summer. For details on this functional medicine detox, be able to help improve your overall body transformation. You can help with blood sugar levels, hormone levels, sleep, digestion, and so much more, all in 7 days. And that is not hyperbole, that is guaranteed. So we like to put our guarantee risk-free for you. Check that out at stephencabral.com/detox. All right, podcast recap from last week. This show on Monday was a fan favorite, so that was great. We got to hear a lot of basically feedback on that on social media, and I always love to be able to share that with you. So that's episode 3055. Your future depends on these 5 things. Definitely check out that show. On Tuesday, we went over specifics on heart health. So if you've been looking to improve overall cardiovascular and also figure out to calculate your cardiovascular age, check that out. That was episode 3056. Wednesday's show was everything to do about phthalates, specifically plastics found in our environment, how they're affecting everything from fertility to migraines to allergies to the immune systems, and what you can do about it. So I give you specific lifestyle ways to be able to mitigate the amount of phthalates that you take into your own body, and also how to get them out faster. And then yesterday's show was specifically on how omega-3s improve brain health. Again, every once in a while, there's an outlandish study that's just basically saying omega-3s, these are bad for you. Remember, omega-3s and all supplements, and in general, farm-raised fish are always going to be bad for you, always, when they are oxidized and they are in their cheapest form possible. This wasn't really part of today's show, but I'm telling you right now, when you buy cheap nutritional supplements, just like cheap food, it's not good for your body. And I wish that, again, good, healthy food and good, healthy supplements weren't as expensive as they are, but they cost more to produce. So they charge more. Like, that's basically just how it works. And you can always go with any of your favorite functional medicine supplement companies. But if you're buying supplements at Costco or BJ's up here in New England, or you're buying them at Target or whatever it is, like, those places are great. No issues. I go there as well. Get toilet paper, paper towels, like whatever you need. But you can't get your supplements there because they're just trying to offer you the cheapest possible options. And those are always going to be unhealthy. Anyway, there are literally thousands upon thousands of studies on omega-3s. It is one of the most studied nutritional supplements. It's like one of the most, and you can find this about any food or anything in the world. There's always going to be a couple studies saying nay on that. But anyway, I share with you an amazing study yesterday on omega-3s and brain health and the specific dosage that you should be using. And not only that, it's a meta-analysis of over a dozen other studies. So yeah, it's pretty, I'm telling you right now, the reason why I make such a big deal about it, again, you can use the Equilife Daily Omega-3 support, but you can also use in other companies. So it's not like that's the only one, but I share with you the efficacy behind good quality nutritional supplements. So anyway, that's that with that. All right, let's dive into today's show. You may have heard about the lawsuit going on with Poppy. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I'm going to pop it over my shoulder right now. So hopefully my amazing video team can put that image right in there. But this is a very popular, to the tune of like hundreds of millions of dollars a year in sales, soft drink, like a natural alternative, healthier version of a Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Mountain Dew was one of my favorites when I was a kid, Fanta, grape Fanta, Purple Crush, that's where the Purple Crush smoothie comes from back in the day. So all of those, right? But this is a healthier or supposedly healthier alternative, right? So I haven't personally had one, but I'm going to share with you the fun drinks that I will sometimes do, especially during the summertime. Share with you that in just a moment. But anyway, this company is being sued, which I think it's kind of, I don't know if this is like to each their own, right? It's all subjective. But basically the company is saying, we have 2 grams of fiber in this drink. It basically comes from inulin from the agave plant. And they're saying that inulin is good for your gut health. So they're saying that inulin will help improve your gut. That's where they got in trouble. There's really nothing wrong with the drink. Here's the drink, all right? So for those of you not familiar, I'm just looking at the orange cream label. They've got a bunch of different flavors. I'm not the expert here. You can just go to drinkpoppy.com. Again, I don't know the company, haven't had one, but people like them. And when I look at the flavors here or the ingredients, here what it is. Sparkling water, all right? So that's carbonated water. Organic cane sugar, apple juice, natural flavors, organic apple cider vinegar, organic agave inulin, citric acid, stevia, beta-carotene for color, and orange juice. All right, so when you read that label, you're like, oh, this sounds like a ton of sugar. But now you look at the label. 0 fat, 0 sodium, 7 grams of carbs, but 2 is from fiber, 5 grams is from sugar, 1 naturally occurring, and then 4 grams added of sugar. So like the naturally occurring would be maybe the fruit juice there, and then the added sugar would be the cane sugar. And there's 0 protein. So what is this? It's a 25-calorie sparkling water. That's really all that it is. Contains a little bit of sugar, a little apple juice, a little apple cider vinegar, a little inulin. They got in trouble because they were marketing it essentially as a health-based drink that's good for your gut, when there's no real research that 2 grams of inulin is going to improve gut health as a prebiotic, because basically this is kind of marketed as a prebiotic. That's where they got in trouble. So what I like to do is, I'm not here to speak negatively about any company. That's not what I do. You'll never hear that. You'll never hear that unless, of course, it's a big pharma, a big food, anybody who's trying to take advantage of people. Like, again, these fish oil companies that are at Target selling, the worst possible products, completely oxidized, terrible for you. It's like the Flintstone vitamins when I was a little kid. It's just, they're not that good for you, right? I think they had like dyes in them when I was a kid. But anyway, here's the thing. This is not a health drink, all right? So Poppy is not a health drink. This is just a better alternative to Pepsi or Coke or any of the other ones with really high levels of sugar. So here's the thing. I don't think that you need to be worried that this company did anything wrong. Maybe they used the wrong type of marketing. And if you were drinking this drink because you thought it was going to improve your gut health, that's a different story. Because I just think in general, we have to keep the mindset that consuming a soft drink or anything really from a box or a bag that's processed is probably not going to do us good health. All right. So I wanted to share that with you, but I like to do a product review. So here's what I consume when I'm not just consuming my hydrogen water or my smoothies, or every once in a while now, so I still drink my sparkling water like a San Pellegrino, which I very much enjoy. Squeeze some lime in there. Love it. It's great. But for the last couple of years, and specifically during the summer, I like to have every once in a while a Spindrift. And it's, let's see, drinkspindrift.com. So here's what it is. It's about 3% real juice and nothing else. These are the ingredients. So my favorite one of the summer is called a Nojito, because I don't really drink alcohol anymore. It's so rare that I drink alcohol. And it's not that I really have a problem with that. I've said it before. I don't think alcohol is a healthy thing for you to be consuming, regardless of what study you can find, because there's more negative studies than positive, right? So we can look at that. But 2 to 3 drinks a week seems to have no real ill effect for most people. So if you like alcohol, 2 to 3 drinks a week doesn't seem to be a real issue, but keep it away from bedtime, because if you're studying your sleep, looking at your sleep, it absolutely will affect your sleep. Like, there's no doubt about it. But the earlier you have it, the less it will affect your sleep. Okay, so Nojito, it's like a mojito, which I used to love a good mojito in my 20s. But we're pretty far away from 20s now. So here's the thing. This is what this drink has. Carbonated water. So what is that? Sparkling water. That's ingredient number 1. Ingredient number 2 is lime juice. Ingredient number 3 is mint. And there are no other ingredients, right? So it's literally carbonated water, lime juice, and mint. Now, is it filtered water? I have no idea. I'm assuming so, but I don't really know. Is it organic lime juice? No, probably not, but there's almost no lime juice in there. And, is it organic mint? Probably not. Like these, again, but I'm not saying that these things are health drinks. Like, that's the thing. I don't want to promote this as you should drink this because it's healthy. Now, for me, pour that over a glass of ice outside on a hot day, squeeze in some real organic lime, throw those in the glass to make it look like it's a real mojito, take some mint from my own yard, put that in there. We've got an amazing drink. No alcohol, super refreshing. I feel like I'm at a barbecue. It's great. 4 total calories, 0 fat, 1 gram of carbohydrates, 0 sugar, 0 protein. 4 calories. Here it is. Spindrift did not pay me to do an ad for them. They have a million different flavors, probably more like 25 or so, but it feels like a million. And again, I'm not saying it's a health drink, but certainly a phenomenal alternative to alcohol or to many of those other beverages out there. All right, product review of the week. There you have it. Now, next up, we're going to go over our research. The first one I wanted to share with you, actually, no, I had to give you my public service announcement and then link back to that podcast. All right, so let's see if I have it for you here. Well, let me just give it to you. I wanted to share with you that Amino Sweet is the new name for aspartame. The reason I'm bringing it back up on this Friday review is that when I posted this on social media, many people had no idea, just like I had no idea before I was looking at the research on this. I give you all the food dyes and colors, right, in foods and their new names, because they no longer have to be yellows and blues, like which you could easily pick out. They all have fun names to them now, right? So now aspartame, which we know causes, in not all people, but some people, neurological issues, upticks in learning and behavioral issues in children, migraines, headaches, so many issues associated with aspartame. Well, people know that, right? And they want to avoid it. So now they're labeling it Amino Sweet based on the 2 amino acids of aspartame. So look for Amino Sweet. Be careful of it. Many people didn't know. I wanted to bring it back up. That is the quick tip public service announcement of the week. All right. First research study of the week I wanted to share with you. New gut bacteria are found. It's bacteria that we always knew was there, a specific genus, which I'll go over. But it is one that is being used now to help people overcome a milk allergy. So if you have a digestive issue with milk, or it creates inflammatory issues with you, it could be as easy as using a specific immunotherapy, almost like allergy desensitization drops. I used to do allergy shots back when I was very young. Imagine all the heavy metals in those. That was probably horrifying for what I put into my body for like a decade, when I was like 8 years old to 18 years old. And put it this way, for immunoallergies now, they can do drops under your tongue, much safer, much cleaner. But for milk, they're basically doing the same thing. So for people who really want to be able to consume milk, then they're able now to use this immunotherapy. However, here's what the research found, is that they found that in order for this immunotherapy to really work, there had to be a specific bacteria in the gut. And many people, as they get older, specifically because of antibiotic use, which I'll get to next, weren't able or caused a milk allergy, or they weren't able to get this to work. So here's what they found. I'm going to give you the excerpt. Researchers led by Hiroshi Ono at the Riken Center for Integrative Medical Sciences in Japan have discovered a link between gut bacteria and the success of milk allergy oral immunotherapy. Published in the scientific journal Allergology. Wow, that's a great name for the journal. International. The study found that Bifidobacterium, a genus of beneficial bacteria in the gut, was associated with a higher chance of successful treatment. The finding may help in the development of more effective oral immunotherapies, perhaps by combining them with probiotic supplements. All right, so here's the thing. Bifidobacterium, this is always why I'm a little amazed sometimes by conventional medicine research. Bifidobacterium is one of the largest and most fundamental and foundational bacteria, and especially in the colon, the large intestine. And when this is not in the proper balance in the gut, it could lead to milk allergy, but certainly is not going to allow people then to be able to overcome a milk allergy. So really interesting, because most probiotics, most good probiotics, have Bifidobacterium already in them. So what you want to do is just look for a probiotic that has ideally 25 to 50 billion plus colony-forming units, CFUs. It doesn't all have to be Bifidobacterium, that's for sure. But you want to make sure that it does have this bacteria in there, all right? So it's Bifidobacterium, and I'll link up to the study. We offer this, of course, for many, many years inside of our daily probiotic support and our Clean Gut Probiotic. Clean Gut Probiotic is typically used to overcome gut-based issues, and the daily probiotic support is used to continue on with those. All right. So I wanted to share that with you. I can't link up to probiotics that we use, but you can always find those at stephencabral.com/shop. That's everything we use in our practice. But pretty impressive because what they did was they were able to show that during the food challenges, they started with a very small amount of milk and gradually worked people up. And they were able to do this much more successfully when this bacteria was more present in the gut. All right. Very interesting. The last one is this. Interesting as well, but for very different reasons. So the study is researchers are identifying potential therapeutics that target to prevent hearing loss caused by antibiotics. And I said, hearing loss caused by antibiotics. Let's check this out. So, which was unbelievable. Unbelievable when I started to read this. So here's the thing. Certain antibiotics cause hair loss, and they cause hearing loss. So hair loss off the top of your head, and hearing loss as in one of your senses, right? To be able to hear. And a recent study was published in Developmental Cell. The researchers explain how they identified the autophagy pathway in hair cells that's linked to permanent hearing loss brought about by aminoglycosides, a class of antibiotics. The researchers also developed one of the first laboratory models that's it's checking out basically how this leads to hearing loss. Okay, so let me just share with you the breakdown from the study, but I'll link it up in case you want to read more about it as well. So here's the thing, and this is really what got me, is that when we are looking at hearing loss, it is often attributed 40% to medication. So let me just read that again. Ototoxicity, hearing loss caused by medication, is one of the main causes of hearing loss in humans. More than 48 million people in the United States experience hearing trouble, and much of that from using antibiotics, these broad spectrum antibiotics. So when I read that, so I knew antibiotics had obviously certain side effects, but the majority of people with hearing loss, maybe not the majority, but a large number of people, one of the main causes for hearing loss is from taking antibiotics, which is wild. And here's why. And it even causes hear loss as well. So here's the thing. It's not that people shouldn't be offered antibiotics. They need to be shared saying, hey, taking this antibiotic may cause hearing loss. It's one of the main reasons for hearing loss. It may also make the hair on the top of your head fall out and not come back permanent. People should know about this. Like they literally should be shared that information, and there's no way they are. There's no way. They're given a pamphlet in maybe 4-point font, 5-point font with their antibiotics that they would have to unfold and read the whole thing. And nobody does that. That's just not fair to people. So I bring these things out as a public service announcement. And the aminoglycosides are broad-spectrum bacterial antibiotics that are commonly prescribed for children, primarily for infections caused by gram-negative pathogens, also obviously with adults as well. Neomycin is one of the more common ones that you might have heard about, as well as streptomycin as well. So it's at least worth noting and sharing with your family and friends that if you have to take an antibiotic for life-saving reasons, ask the doctor if it's an aminoglycoside. And if it is there an alternative to that? And if so, great, what is that and what are the side effects of that drug? Everybody should be able to ask, what are the side effects of this drug before taking it? So hopefully that was helpful. I will link up these research studies at stephencabral.com/3059. I hope you enjoy your upcoming weekend, maybe with a Spindrift. And of course, I'll be back tomorrow with a brand new Cabral House Call. Take care, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning into today's show. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I want to make sure that you're getting our daily content, not missing out on anything functional medicine, wellness, weight gain, weight loss, anti-aging, living longer, stronger, and all of the most cutting-edge research. And if there's any topics you want to hear, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Take care.